Watch and burn.
Hey everybody, so tonight I want to discuss AFX's 2005 release, and that is Hangable Auto Bulb. Now this was a collection of sorts that Warp had put out for two EPs that were released, I think, back in 95 or 96 by AFX, who of course is Richard D. James, who of course is AFX twin. And this was the first time that I had heard any of the songs on either of those two EPs. And I'm really thankful that this was released, because those two EPs would have been next to impossible to track down and blah, blah, blah. And especially with the fucking collector prices you end up having to pay because of all of RDJ's stuff for some reason. I was so glad when Warp released this, and the artwork was rad. And I mean, you got Children Talking on here, Wabby Legs is on here, Every Day is on here. And this is like AFX Twin sort of finding his musical stride. It's like these two EPs are when he was starting to really kind of take off. They were released just prior to him releasing his landmark 1997 album, of course, and that is the Richard D. James album with Milkman and Four. But what I like about this is this isn't like, the success of this is never really dependent on anything else that RDJ has ever released. I like that each subsequent release is strong enough musically to stand on its own, and it doesn't matter that this is throwing back to his earlier days and this is throwing back to like his On period or whatever. None of that matters, because everything that man has done, especially from this era, is just so strong, and it's so remarkable, and it's like playing with fire but not getting burned. You know what I mean? It's like fire at zero gravity, but you're not gonna catch. You know what I mean? It's just kind of dancing over the surface of everything. And that's what his releases, or at least from this era, always feel like. They're just so smooth, and it's like you're traveling down a liquid river, like a river made of liquid silver. And it's like everything just shines and glistens, and everything's so bouncy, and it's like taking place in a rubber room, you know what I mean? And it's like it's just flowing so effortlessly, and everything, before you know it, this release has come and gone, and it's over, and you start it over again, because the songs on here, they just melt into each other with such ease, and they're so much fun. And his imagination was just so fucking fertile at this point, and his ability to just sort of churn out these really memorable tunes. He's like a fucking machine. And this is awesome, and I love Warp for, like I said, collecting these two EPs and putting them together. Hangable Auto Bulb is also like one of the best titles for a record ever, even though I don't really get it. What the hell's an auto bulb? Is that like something that's triggered by Google, like a smart bulb? Because this came out in 05, and we weren't exactly there yet. I have no idea, but I love the artwork, I love the music, I love the title. I love this record. And you guys are amazing for hanging out with me while I pretty much said nothing about this record. So thank you so much for hanging out with me while I said pretty much nothing about Hangable Auto Bulb. Like always, if you like this review or you like this record, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. But please, most importantly, don't forget that the world is actually a better place because you are in it. Like always, I'm gonna go. Have a good night.